Hiya, Laurie here and welcome back to my channel, and I have another journal for you. So this is actually my first ever journal of 2019. I just finished it the other day there and I absolutely love it. So again, I have embossed the front and hopefully it is coming up in camera. If not, I will add a picture that captures the light better. I have the worst lighting at the moment. I've also put ridges on the spine, and again I have distressed the entire book. It has book corners, these beautiful book corners here. I absolutely love. And there's the front again. So as the closure, I have this safety pin with the little hooks on it for dangles. So I have a little butterfly, a little bead dangle, and then a little leaf. This is a botanical type journal, which I probably should have said at the start. So this is a botanical journal, so it is beautiful flowers that I have on the front here. So this just comes off. This is bulldog clips, I believe they're called. So it just comes off like so you don't have to use that for this. You could take it apart and use it for something else. But I'm just going to dive straight in. There is 3 signatures, so this is probably the biggest book I've done so far. That's for sale anyway. So on the front I have this beautiful book page image. It looks kind of like Edith Holden, but I can't remember if it actually is or not. We also have some beautiful lace here. I haven't put anything on this page here, but obviously something could be added. And then tucked inside we have a large tag with one of those little chains, so a charm could be hung on that if you wanted. And then here we have some 3D cut out butterflies. And then I have these little, I call them gibbet tippins, mostly because that's the first person I ever saw do that. I don't know if it actually is her idea or not, but it's who I saw do it. So these are stamps on fabric that I've added some sewing to. There's quite a bit of sewing throughout the journal, and I absolutely love these. So they're scattered throughout. And then here we have a glassine bag that I have decoupaged and stamped onto, and then tucked inside we just have a piece of ephemera, and that's just paper clipped on, so that can be moved throughout the book or even removed. And then here we have full page, we have quite a lot of these actually throughout the book, but we have a full page of that beautiful Indian cotton handmade paper, which I absolutely love. It just feels amazing. It feels like fabric, and it is just beautiful to write on, especially if you're using a calligraphy pen. It is just gorgeous. I personally love it. Here we have an embellished guest check. I saw this on the Facebook group, but I honestly cannot remember who did it, and I absolutely love it. And then tucked inside we have a little note card with some ivy up the side. I love these, I think they're just stunning. This is definitely a writing journal, there's a lot of space to write in. Another one of those gibbet tippins. So we've got ledger paper, and then tucked back here we have a piece of ephemera. And then in this little envelope here we have a vintage book page. I don't know how old this is, but I'm going to guess that it's pretty old as it cracked when I folded it. So just be very careful with this, it is very delicate. So yeah, it is pretty old. So that just closes like so. And then over the page we have some, we have a double pocket rather, and then tucked in here, this is one of the fabric little notebooks I had left from one of my journals I made a while ago. The fabric that is, I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. This was the actual fabric I used for my last nature journal, which was actually the first journal I put up on YouTube. So inside we just have a little junk journal basically, so a lot of different pages, a little baggie, some book pages, so basically a miniaturized junk journal. And then in here we have a piece from a vintage book page, just tucked in there. Some beautiful flowers. Most of the pages in this are about the same size, as I wanted to give as much space for journaling as possible. So another little jibbed tip in there. It's more of that beautiful Indian cotton paper, a little vellum pocket here, and a large tag that I've sewn around. And I've also put the little eyelets or grommets or whatever they're called on a lot of the tags, just to add that little something extra. And then another little jibbed tip in there. And these, I got this idea from Nick the Booksmith, and I've taken some fake flowers and put them between the pages of some tracing paper and distressed them, and then I've hand stitched all the way around it, and then I've put it on this collage page, and it is actually a little tuck spot there as well, and I've added some crocheted lace and cheesecloth. And this little guy I've actually had for about 10 years, and I've been hoarding it something awful, and I could never find the perfect project to attach it to, and I feel like I finally have. I think it goes perfectly, so I've just done some collaging here, and I think this is just beautiful. It's got that really awesome sound, and then on the back I've just added a vintage book page, and that can be moved about. It's only held on with one of these bulldog clips. And then here we have a little notebook that is a bookend page, so it looks almost like a book, and it's pretty sturdy. I have like added a few pages together to give it that extra strength, and you have pages that you can read as well, and then some lined tea-dyed paper inside, and it just ties closed with this twine. And then just above it I have a note card as a pocket, so you can obviously write on it as well, and I have a little tag tucked inside. Some more beautiful Indian cotton paper, another jibbed tip in, some blank music paper, another little pocket, and I've actually collaged on top of this, and this little tag comes all the way out. It's a little pocket there. And then tucked in here we have some vintage book paper, music paper, and then another little pocket here, and this is like one of those trifold tags, so you can journal on both sides, and that just tucks in there. And then I've collaged on this money envelope, and I've just collaged on this tag. A lot of collaging, a lot of stitching, and a lot of places to journal. So we've got some ledger paper, some lined paper, and some blank paper, a lot of different kinds of paper obviously. Another jibbed flip thingy there. And then here we have one of my tag notepad things, and then a little pocket in here with a little piece of ephemera that you can journal on the back of it. And again, that's just on a paper clip, so you can move that throughout. Some more pages to write on. So we've got a little piece of ephemera, Tim Holtz ephemera tucked in there, and then another piece of ephemera tucked in this little pocket here. And again, some collaging on top. Some more Indian cotton paper, more music paper, another little pocket here with a large tag. Another collaged pocket here, and again I've used one of those, whatever they're called. I absolutely love these things. And another piece of ephemera tucked inside. Resin, I think it's called resin pieces, I don't know. Oops, sorry. Some more journal space, another jibbed tip in, and then here we have a little extra piece of journaling space, and that flips all the way up so you can still journal on the actual page, and I've just added a little bit of lace at the top, a little bit of ephemera tucked in this little side tuck spot, another jibbed flip there, and then tucked in here is a very old piece of dictionary paper. So this is the full length, and I think it's in French, and that's, I've not aged that in any way, I didn't have to. It feels really nice, kind of like a Bible page, really thin. And then here we have one of those really heavy duty, like almost like chipboard style shipping tags. I think these are actually, you could probably attach these to your luggage, as it's got name, telephone, airline, flight number, destination and date. So these are really heavy duty. And then that's a bit of a book page that I've just sewn around and put into a pocket, or made into a pocket. Another little jibbed clip there. And then this folds all the way out for some journaling, and I love how this burned basically, and I have distressed it as well. So here we have a the other stuff, pocket here, and it's about flowers and weeds and stuff like that. It's like a dictionary page almost, and I've just put a little collage tag in there, and again a little grommet on it, vellum. Oh, we'll get there in the end. So here we have a letter page, and that just flips out of the way so you can still journal on the other side, and I've just hid the other side of that grommet with a piece of ephemera here. And then we have a little pocket here that I have sewn around and added a piece from a vintage book page, and again I've collaged on top of a tag and sewn around it as well, and that's just tucked it in there. And then here we have an envelope with a paper clip, and inside is a tea card, and I think that's dandelions that one has got on it. And that's just paper clipped on the top. And then here we have a vintage book, playing card, and a little folio type thing. So this is just a little note writing area, and I absolutely love this paper here. And then on the other side we have 6 pockets. So we have a piece of ephemera that's backed onto tea-dye paper. In the first one we have a little oval shaped tag tucked in here as well, and then a larger tag that I have collaged and stamped on tucked in the top, but you do have another 2 pockets there, and then I've collaged on the front as well. And then here we have another pocket that is removable, so that's one of the glassine bags. This is a brown one, the other one was a white one. And then just a piece of ephemera tucked inside there, and again I have decoupaged on the front of it, and again that's just a little paper clip that's holding that on. I've used a gold paper clip this time purely because it kind of hides and basically vanishes inside the picture. Some more pages for journaling, another little jibbed flip, and then this I absolutely love, and I like it when I come up with my own ideas. I like copying people's ideas, but I love coming up with my own little things. So this little rose here is actually holding this down, so it just flips out, and it is a full-sized envelope. So tucked inside, if I can get it, if I can get to it, is just a guest check, but you've got the full space. This goes right to the bottom, so it's just a guest check that's tucked in there, but it does go straight to the bottom, so you could put pretty much anything in there that you want. And I have distressed this entire envelope, and I've got a wee stamp, a couple of wee stamps there. I've put a little bit of washi tape to make it look like it's been ripped. I've added some lace and some script as well, and that just basically folds like so, and it slips underneath that rose so that it's holding it in place so it won't kind of pop out or slide down. and then it just wraps around here like a little envelope, and then this little guy is a pocket as well, and I have a tiny little tag and a few tickets tucked in here as well, and again I've distressed the tickets as well. And that just wraps around like so. So I haven't seen anyone else do that, so that is purely out of my head, which I love when that happens. So here we have another little junk journal style notepad, and it has a pocket in here as well, which is actually at the front, so there's a pocket in the front, and that just slips in here. And then we also have a little circular tag tucked in there as well with the little chain. Another little gibbet tip in, and then here we have a piece of vellum, which is absolutely stunning, and it's just a flip, and basically I think it will look absolutely stunning when someone writes here and then flips that over it. I think it will look really beautiful. It is like a ledger page that's on it under the flowers and things like that, so I think it would look really cool. And then here I've distressed an envelope, and I've just tucked a letter page inside, and it's, you can journal on both sides of it basically. And I really distressed this envelope, and I've got some stamps and that on it as well, and some more journaling space. And then here I've got a large pocket that I've sewn around and added a little collage with a vintage book page image, and I've done a little collage tag that I've sewn around and tucked that inside. Another little gibbet tip in, and then I have another one of those, I honestly don't know what they're called. I just know that it was Nick the Booksmith that came up with the idea, so I've got a lot of tiny little flowers tucked in this one, and some lace down the bottom, and some lined paper. Well, I've sewn the lines on this piece of parchment, and then a vintage book page, and I've got some cheesecloth and a little bow of twine, and again this is a pocket as well, and I've hand sewn around the tracing paper, and it's just a little bulldog clip again that's holding that in place, so you can move it about as much as you want. And then here I've collaged onto another pocket, and again this little tag comes out, so that's a tiny little pocket there. And then here we have some vintage book pages just tucked inside this little pocket, and some more journaling space, another little gibbet flip there, and then that's the back of the book, which is basically the same as the front. So we have some lace here and then nothing on the back. So that is my latest journal, and I really hope you guys like it. And if you do, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I will leave all the dimensions and page count down below, and the link rather to my Etsy store if you're interested in buying this. This will be up for sale by the time this video goes out. So if you would like to see any more videos like this, please give it a thumbs up, and be sure to say hi down in the comments, as I would love to hear from you, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye!